My name is Lisa, and I works with Cannabis. Today we I am making some lotion. Now, you can call it a salve, you can call it a lotion, you can call it ointment. I have to say it's like it is a very much a cross between a salve, a balm, in that type of direction. I always have called it lotion. One of the things I don't do with my lotion is I don't add water. I'm sure that would be beneficial somehow, some way, but I never made it with water, and it works to the best that I could ever imagine it to be. So, little backdrop story, okay? So many years ago, let's say 7, 8 years ago, I was getting into the cannabis field by using it as medicine. And then I got into a breakup, and then I was doing like online stuff when it was brand new, and I was selling jewelry, and I really didn't like it. And then I tried to do makeup. I did a few different backdrop things. But in the hindsight of all of that, or in the back of all of that, I was making cannabis products for myself to use. And that's where I hit it off. Now, so when I was going through this breakup, I didn't know really what to do with myself. I didn't know how to maybe even support myself with what I was dealing with. And so someone had brought up to me to try and make some CBD lotion. And I was like, I don't know how that's going to work. Like, I don't know if that's going to be great. I don't know. And then I made it, right? And I started off with a lip balm. That's where it started, okay? And that's how this grew into a salve, ointment, lotion type of deal. So someone had said to me, because I was using it for my lips, how would it work on cold sore? And I was like, I don't know. This is the first time I'm making it. I'm used to doing other things, edibles, all that, not used to the lotion, so I don't really know. I said, but I burned myself like nonstop when I was cooking, right? So I had to burn here and I had to burn here. And these were like the same type of burn. One was small and deep, and one was big and like thin, not so bad. So I put the ointment on the worst of the two, and put a Band-Aid on it, and then put a Band-Aid on this one with nothing on, and 12 hours later I was growing no skin. This burn had been open for hours and hours and hours, and I remember crying that night and being like, oh my God, how did I manage to do that? And it has gone as far as someone was using my lotion, they're a mechanic, and they like punctured 2 holes into their finger, and they put my lotion on, and the holes were starting already to like close up and make new fibers within 12 hours. It's just the most amazing thing. So I use it for my dogs, I use it for me, I use it for rashes, for burns, for pain, for moisture. You know, obviously we all need that moisture going on. So it's been taking me a long time because I wanted to do this online, and I really have gotten to the point where I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know how I'm going to go back to online stuff, because I always did the cannabis, and that's what came naturally for me. That's what came fun for me. It was great. It was fun work. I just like totally loved it. But when you don't have a constant supply, that becomes a problem. So I just ran out. I have the littlest ittiest bit amount of lotion left in the bottom of I use these containers, and it's at the bottom of that, and that's the best I can do. That's not really what I wanted to say. It was at the bottom, and I did the best with what I had left, was what I wanted to say. And I live in a new place, and it's by the beach, and they have these awful bugs. Now, I dealt with the awful bugs over in the country, you know what I'm saying? Them some crazy fucking bugs over there. But I had my lotion, so I just put it on that. Today, I went out, and now I've had the ingredients to make the lotions for quite a few days, and I went out to do something and my feet just got bitten up, and I couldn't even do anything about it because I slapped that lotion on and that's it. I don't get no more itching, I don't get no more breakout, I don't get anything else. So if I go outside and get like completely bit up, I can slather myself up and go. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today. Okay, so let's start with what ingredients will be going in. Coconut oil, hemp oil. Now I'm using this, I would normally use CBD, but this is on the same level as a CBD I was going to be using, so I got that. We have shea butter, beeswax, and then of course the THC that we need. And I've got, what is this? I got the rosemary, I got frankincense, I got lemongrass, lavender, and myrrh. Okay, so I pick these flavors or these essential oils because of they all somewhat have some type of property of an antiseptic, of a pain reliever. So that's how I choose my oils. You can choose whatever oils you want. You can add different types of fragrances, whatever floats your boat. All right. So we're going to start with the coconut oil, and I'm just going to put that in. All right. So, oh, there's a big storm coming over. I hear the thunder. Now I'm just using a regular crock pot. I know I have a scissor around here somewhere. Let's get a scissor because this is ridiculous. There we go. Pour that right in. I have 30 fluid ounces, so I'm going to be using 30 fluid ounces. I almost forgot that I needed coconut oil. I had, like, in my mind, I was like, all right, I have every last thing that I need with the exception of I needed the hemp oil and I needed a few essential oils. And I went and I ordered all that and I was like, oh, I can't wait to put this together. This is going to be so great. And then I was like, oh, shoot, I got to get coconut oil. I'm going to be using these containers at the end because depending on how many, I don't know exactly how much ounces that I have over here that I need I need a spoon. I think I have a spoon. All right, we got a spoon there. All right, so I put 30 fluid ounces in there. All right, 30 fluid ounces of coconut. So what you want to do is with your shea butter and your beeswax, you want to do about a quarter of what you put in there. So I want to put around about 10 ounces. So I have my scale right here. And it's such a small area over here. I got to really figure out how to like do something with this because it's hard for me to try and do anything because of the space that I have is just so very small. I need to figure out a way. So I have my scale. I'm going to zero that out. And I always get the big ones. Now, I had just opened this, and once you open it, you got to put it in some kind of container. So it's in a cool container over there, but I wanted to take, I filled out all that up and then just decided to leave this like this. All right. It doesn't look like it's a lot, right? But it is. ounces, 4.6 ounces. I was reading it in grams. I knew it didn't look right. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I don't know. That cannot be what I think it is. Okay, 6.2. Seven. I said a quarter, right? A third is what I meant. I don't know exactly what I said now because I'm thinking about it in my head. But what I was meaning to say was, so I did 30 ounces of coconut oil. I'm going to do a third. I might have said a fourth. Okay, but I'm going to do a third. Oh, come on. This stuff is like the so it kind of winds up like this in the end. A little bit more glassy like. All right, so I got 11 ounces in that, so we're going to use that. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to put that back there, zero that out. And I have some brand new, so I get them like this. Hey, Vicky, how you doing, baby? What's going on, my love? I'll open this up here. So I'm going to make the, let's take the spoon out. There's like a chunk here. Now this is good when it, like forever, and I didn't get this whole chunk to like break up. All right, so I'm also gonna put 10 ounces. Well, we're gonna do the 11 ounces because that's what we did. 11 ounces of beeswax. Hi, Janine. How you doing, baby? Long time is right. I'm so glad that you caught me. All right, so 11 ounces. So we're just going to dump that right in. Like, I definitely need to get a better situation going with the camera. I have a tall tripod somewhere and I couldn't find it, so now I have this table one. Let's get all that in. I did wash my hands. I did. Hey, now that you're here, let's do a cheers, because I didn't do a cheers. I just kind of went and continued to go. So let's do a cheers now that there's some of y'all are here. Cheers. I don't have any like bong to smoke from. I do have plants. So in like 3.5 months, January, August, September, October, 3.5, 4 months, I'll be able to have like a ton of smoke and be able to like smoke it out of a bong and everything like that. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. I'm living in Jersey now. Hey, Lourdes, how you doing, baby? I know, it's been a long time. All right. Oh, also aloe. I forgot about the aloe that was in the corner there. So we're going to use that too. And the aloe, I do like 3 ounces on the aloe. So we're going to add 3 ounces of aloe. So you can't like see, you only see this little bit here. It's so annoying. All right, let me plug this in. And I'm gonna get it going on high, just because that's what I'm gonna work with right now. I miss you too, baby. I miss you too. I miss you too. Trust me, I'm having the weirdest life over here, because there is people, the house, like this houses, like fucking 5 feet away this way, 6 or 10 feet away this way. They're like everywhere, and I'm kind of like I got all my gardening done and all that kind of good stuff. I did get 6 plants out there, so that's good. You know what I'm saying? 6 plants. That's 6 pounds. Now I wanted to do the 50 pounds, but yeah. All right, so we got the aloe. We got the aloe in. All right, so let's get to the hemp. Let me turn my air off. Whenever I have the air on, I feel like I'm in a wind cage. And I don't even feel like I can hear you guys, or that you guys can hear me. I can't obviously hear you. So I got full spectrum hemp. I wish they had like a little tab on these where, you know, it has the little pieces where it goes down, so it's cut so you can get in there. But it would be so beneficial if it just had a little tiny tab that you could pull on. So this is the hemp I'm using. All right, so that's what it looks like. It's very pretty. I am going to be using, how many ounces do we have here? I'm using half of this. I'm going to use 2 ounces. And I am just going to measure it out by eye. See what I got there. Where I am. A little bit more. Okay, and that's good. We're going to add the THC. We're going to add the cannabis, y'all. All right, I normally have like tincture made and, you know, it'd be ready to go and all that kind of stuff. And that was another thing. I was like low on tincture. So I always keep the stuff that I drain, because it's still potent. It still got what I need in it. So we're going to be using that. I'm going to just dump that right in there. So I'm going to have to, what do you call it? Strain this, which is something I don't normally do. It usually is all clear in there, and all I got to do is pour it. So this, we're going to go a little bit around about. Now I put about a quarter of soaking wet tincture with the cannabis leaves. And the cannabis leaves, I need you to understand, were cooked whole. They're not cooked whole. They were cooked right from the garden into the pot. So they have all the vitamins and things that's left in there. So that'll help with the situation. Now again, I use this for everything. All right? Everything. Everything. Okay, so if I have a cut, it goes on the cut. If I have a rash, if I get burned, I use it on my hair. I use it as regular lotion. I use it when I'm in pain. I use it like, well, I don't get yeast infections, but I have someone in my life who gets yeast infections a lot, and this lotion helps with them. And I had customers back when I was like really doing it and selling it and doing all that stuff. I had customers that used it religiously for pain and for cuts and bruises and whatever the hell else they were going through. Sadly, they died. And that's fucking crazy because I lost, I think like 8 clients who were at the time consistently buying my lotion, and I lost them to COVID. Like, it's just, so I'm gonna use that for that. Now, if you was using, if you were using a tincture, just the tincture, you could go with like a 4 ounces, and that would be great. Probably even that. Let me think about that for a second. I want to say 4 ounces, but I think that's my bigger batch. Come down. 2 ounces. 1 to 2 ounces of the straight up tincture. But I have the flour in there and it's soaking wet, so I didn't measure it. I just went by eye. I can manage that. I don't know how I manage that, but I do manage it. All right, so that's going to take some time to get it going. All right, let's take this out. Now we're going to add our essential oils. Now this is up to you on how you feel about what you're putting in your lotion, all right? So you're going to look at what you have and know its properties and how much you want to go into that, into the lotion. So now at this point, I have about 60 ounces of product in here, and you got to be very aware that even though you have 50 to 60 ounces in there, you're not going to put in a whole essential oil. You need to only put about 20, 30 drops, okay? Don't go too far because this is strong stuff. You're supposed to put it so it can be concentrated. So it's not concentrated anymore. Queen of Infusion, I love you. I love you, the Queen of Infusion. I really can't wait to get back up on board, let me tell you, because even God forbid that my 6 plants didn't produce a pound each, which is, I can see how it not could happen, but I don't plan on that not being that way. I plan on those bitches growing. But even if I got 1 pound out of all of them, that would be enough for me to cook for myself for the next year, cook online. Because I don't feel like I've been fucking doing online. Let me just tell you, I've been doing online with the videos. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not really funny that way. I'm more funny when I'm like, improv. When I got nothing to say, when I don't know what I'm going to say, my brain just comes up whatever the fuck and I just run with that. All right, so we're going to do and some essential oils. Let's get back to the essential oils and the 20 drops, 30 drops. Okay? Depending on what it is, you may want a little more. Like, okay, frankincense is crazy strong. So you're going to use like 20 or 30, 20 drops. Say like 20 drops. You're not going to use the 30, but you may use the 30 when it comes to lavender, because lavender, you can kind of open it up a bit. All right? So what do I got here? All right, this is the frankincense. Oh, I have little things on top. I didn't even know that. I just got new ones, so they must have come with that. So, can y'all see that? All right. Here's a good way to, if you like lose count, because you see the way it drips fast, so you have to account for when it's an extra long drip. But when you're doing that, as soon as the scent starts to be in your nose and get strong in your nose, you're good. All right, we got lemongrass. Now this is one you can add a decent amount to, and it makes such a nice smell, and on top of it, it's lemongrass. All right, the flies hate the lemons, and bugs don't like lemon, citrus, a lot of that. So this is one of those things that it's like, I didn't realize that would work that way, that it would keep the flies off of me. And it's not like I smell like shit or anything, but I lived next to a fucking farmland. I lived on a farm that lived next door to the cows and the pigs, and there was flies everywhere. So it's very helpful when you have a game plan on how to fix that. And citrus is one of those things. So this makes a good deal for that. Now, my biggest problem now is the bugs that are here, the flies that are at the beach here, they bite. Them motherfuckers bite. They leave like welts too. And I ran out of lotion again. Like when I was first getting bit, I would just throw my lotion on and I was completely fine. Like just so beautiful for the day. And not feeling any pain from it. Because the first night that I was bit up and I didn't realize I was bit up, I wound up like almost scratching I was scratching for hours and hours and hours. But I don't have to do that with this. I burned myself so bad the other day. Last week, right here in this section. You can almost still see it. It's like a little bit red. I saw, and it was a bad burn. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. And I always think that right quickly, and then I put the ointment on, or ointment, salve, however you want to call it, and then it just goes away. I hear the thunder, and my poor little boy next to me, he's freaking out. The lemongrass is so nice, I have to tell you. It's such a nice smell. There's something about it. All right. Keep on dropping this. And the next thing we have is rosemary. Rosemary is a good painkiller, like on the acetaminophen, like on that, like Tylenol. This rosemary in this lotion really works. Like I will not make this lotion if I don't have four certain essential oils, and it is rosemary, lavender, frankincense, and myrrh. Those, I have to have them. If I don't have them, I won't use them. But I also like something else to have a different like scent in it, and the lemongrass is really one of those. All right, so this is the rosemary, and I never knew that it helped the way it does help. In my second marriage, my husband's mother would cook with rosemary, and at the time I was a massage therapist and was into essential oils and making lotion, so I would make lotion with rosemary, really never using it otherwise in my life. And she would cook with rosemary, and I'm like, it tastes like lotion. Like she couldn't get it. She couldn't understand that it was like putting a whole batch of lotion in my mouth. I felt bad, but what are you gonna do? It's, it's a bad taste. All right. We got some myrrh. Now this one again is strong. This is like on the side of, oh, it has a top too. Look, it has a dropper that has the top. All right, so myrrh is strong. I'm only going to use about 20 drips, or at least I can smell it into my nose. There it is. As soon as it hits your nostrils, you know you're right on board. All right, and then lavender. Lavender has a lot of good properties. It has a lot of calming effect. The calm. So that's not just for your brain type of calm. When you have a muscle that's like out of control, you can put the lotion on, and it has the lavender in it, which helps it get calm. Those little tiny capillaries that pick up to anything that's coming from the skin, the muscles are right there, so it doesn't have that far to travel, so it works good. However, it doesn't go into your veins. Okay, it does not go into your veins. So like if you wanted to use this and you're worried about THC like showing up on a drug test, this won't not show up on your drug test. This is one of those things that you can use and get away with it and not have to worry about that. Oh, this one needs the dropper. I knew one of them came. I just got them. I just got the lavender and the myrrh. And I knew one of them came with the dropper. And when I opened the myrrh, I was like, because I think I got 2 droppers. Ooh, there we go. Went all over my hands, but that's all right. Ooh, that's hot. Ooh. Now, oh, all right. My hands are all slippery now. I will go in hard with the lavender. I have to tell you, I will. You're going to do everything to what you like, not to what I like. And yes, I do sell them, but majority of the people who like start out getting this, they're more intrigued with the idea that they would have less pain using it. All right. I think that's enough. I thinks. I have it all over my hand, so I can't quite tell. Nice. All right, so it's... All right. I'm going to go right behind here and wash my hands so that I can see what the lotion actually smells like, because I have it all over I have the lavender now all over my hands, and I'm not going to be able to smell that. Getting the hiccups. All right. It still smells. Still smells. Still smells. All right. We're going to have to use the spoon to see what we can smell. I feel like I might be able to use some more. I feel like it's light. Very, very light. I feel like it's light. Did you say you... Oh, yes, I'm residing in New Jersey. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I feel like it needs more, especially because there's not enough stuff melted in there so far, you know? I always go off of memory and what, like, my nostrils, because my memory serves me right on the, I know my recipe, so I know that I may just not had made such a big batch last time. But also the essential oils, depending on where you get them, will be depending on how strong they'll be. And there's a scent there. It's there. But I want it just a little bit thicker. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit thicker. So we're going to go back around and start that over again. I'm just going to give this a little pour. How much I got in there? That should do it for that. I did do the myrrh, right? I did the myrrh. We're going to do some more. Because frankincense and myrrh, they bring on a super strong scent. So if I'm not smelling it, we need to add it. What's this? Rosemary. The rosemary is a good smell too, like, but I like it now for perfume instead of something else. Instead of in my food, the frankincense and the lemongrass. I may just have in my memory that you always start with 20 to 30 and then add as you feel like you need. We did the lemongrass, right? And frankincense. We used the rosemary. We used the myrrh. All right. All right. We're good there. Let's try it again. See how we feel like it. Oh, you got the thunderstorms too? Where are you? I'm in South Jersey now. Well, the people that I was living on their farm, they were operating a campground illegally. Oh, it went fucking sour. Like, so fucking sour that I can't even tell you, because the wife hated me for reasons unbeknownst to myself. The husband had been lying the entire time, so that kind of, you understand possibly the lie. It was a fucking triangle mess. They were being nasty to me, and I was, and like thinking that I didn't have any rights, and they just used the shit out of me. And I tell you, I dream of going over there in the middle of the night and ripping out into all their gardens because I made them all. So it kind of like pisses me off to a non, like, this is one of those things that I just am so pissed off about. So I couldn't really find anywhere in Delaware for me to live in my RV. So I live now right on the beach. The beach is 20 feet that way. It's a little bit more, I'm being dramatic. It's 100 feet maybe. That way. Like, I can see the sea wall from here. But I'm in an RV park and it's like fucking jammed in. Just completely jammed in. I have a nice amount of lot though, but it also, like, a lot of these people, they have like RV or motorhome models, the park models. So there's a more like houses, where mine is a travel trailer and is thinner than everyone else's because they like have like sides that pop out and all that. I found this place. New Jersey, the turnpike is underwater. It is. We're about to get some more water tonight. I can't even explain to you. I get water. I get so fucking flooded that when my dogs go outside and go to take a potty, the underbelly gets wet because they're short. So I get a lot of water. And whoever took care of my lot before I was here took up all the precautions of the flooding shit and then gave all the bricks, I guess, to the people around, or they just took them, or I don't freaking know. So it's a bad, like, the algae sits on top of it and my plants are suffering because they're just wet all the time. It's like a fucking pool back there. It could be, you know, it will stop raining and then for 2 days later I still got a pool back there. So I found it on the Facebook Marketplace. And the rent is not so bad. It's $600 a month for the lot. And the lot, I'm going to say, is about 50 by 30. I could fit 2 of my campers in my lot. Not back to front, not back to front. And then I could probably fit a whole, so my camper, my RV is 8 feet wide and 26 feet long. So I could put 2 of them, and then I could put another one on the side and then have just a little bit of space in between that. And these places here, I'll show you. You see how close they are together? So close. So very close. So they have it like that because in the middle like that because they have wider homes, where mine is just the 8 feet. So I get to monopolize on that room. So I have about 4 feet on this side, and then I have about 10 feet on this side. And then I have the about 20 feet going back, and about 6 feet out in the front. Hey, Kayla, how you doing, baby? The weather has been quite crazy. I do know the funding was taken away for like extra, all the extras, all the good warnings and all the systems that are supposed to be in place. I know the funding has been taken away from them. But I don't feel at this point that I've been in the dark about what storms have been done. Because I had 2 gardens ripped up by 2 different storms. It was crazy. So now it's, I don't like that the people are on top of me so much. I have a little bit of a hard time with that. And I wanted to use more real estate on gardening and having more gardens, but I haven't been, I don't now, because now my rent is $600, and 700 with my electric bill. And so my other place was $500 with electricity. So that extra $200 has been like strangling me a little bit. So it kind of sucks. Like, I wish I could get another like a pallet of soil. And don't get me wrong. I did. The first week I was here, I got 5 bags of 50 pounds. 9. Sorry, 8. 8 bags of 50 pounds. It was cow manure and topsoil. Then the second go, I did 7 That was just topsoil. Then I did 30 pounds or 40 pounds of like in-ground soil. I got 10 bags of those, and then I got another 5 bags of topsoil. It was just crazy, and I swear to you, I really need more. But my gardens are beautiful. They are, except for when it rains and the puddle goes back there and then the algae sits on top, which I tell you is not so bad for my plants, but my plants are fucking drowning. Drowning. Just so wet, they're turning yellow. And now, finally, the rain has gone and everything has dried up back there and on the side, and now we're ready to have another storm come in. I'm so annoyed with it already. And I wish I could get a truck, like a truckload of fill dirt, just so I could lay it all over the property so it would absorb, because a lot of my property is shells, broken up shells is what the property was. And like everybody kind of around me has some type of grass on dirt or shells under that. I'm not even sure, but it's shells. So it like, it's so miserable when it's been raining. I'm in New Jersey, Kayla. I am doing well. I'm doing all right. I'm not bad. I'm not great. I'm not in the same euphoria feel that I was in the country. And there's no way to get away from that situation because it was such a heavenly place. But my gardens are finally starting to grow. I'm finally like putting grass, like I've been like moving it. But I have to get 2 things. I have to get like, it would be nice to be able to just get like $100 worth of soil, and I need to get a weed whacker. A weed whacker, that's what I need. Because I don't know how I could manage to put a lawnmower in. But at first I was pulling all the weeds, just pulling, getting rid of them, just pulling them, getting rid of them. But with this rain, you need something to soak that shit up. And my plants was so little. Now they're getting big. And when they get to the point where they're like, all the plants are like full grown plants, it will be so much less of a problem than it is now. Oh, I love to do the gardening. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I wouldn't have moved here if I couldn't have had the garden. That was like, anybody I spoke to, I was like, can I have a garden? Because I saw the land that was here. And, you know, I'll take you outside real quick to show you what I'm talking about. Let's pull this out. All right. There we are. All right. Look, we're having storm. But let me show you. Let me just show you. Okay, look at my front. Look at that. Is that not freaking gorgeous? And these are sunflowers that are getting ready to open. I had one opened right here, but I gave it to my daughter. And then I have, look, I made that. And I have the long beans coming up in there. And then I have, so water gets here, you see? You see how green that is? Like on the shells. Isn't that cute? Isn't that the cutest fucking thing ever? Right? And so It gets flooded in this zone here. It gets flooded all in this zone. But look how my towers are down because when the storms come in, they knock them down. I made those. You see how close the house is? But I have enough space here. I'm the only I'm the only person on the lot who has patio. So I have these down here. They're usually up. Then I have some tomatoes and a few different things there. A chimenea for my dogs to sit. My solar panel, which everybody's so freaking like, everybody asks me about the solar. So I have some more plants going on here, some more plants going on here. And this is where I'm trying to make so that there was absolutely nothing here. So I would pull all the shit from over in that section and then put it over here so then it would grow grass. So this is almost there. I have stuff in there, but nothing was growing. Can't walk on the shells though. So I have something in all these buckets. This over here area, all along the bottom there, was my cucumbers. But the dog, my new dog, kept on eating them. So here's my yard. Okay, so I'll show you. So I have peppers there. This is melons. Look at the cannabis plant underneath the eggplant plant. And there's eggplants on the side there. Isn't that so cute? So now I started to let it grow because this was all just shells. You see the shells? You see that color difference there between that area and that area? That is where the water sits. I have another little cannabis plant there that is not doing so well. But there's my cucumbers. How cute is this? Strawberries are supposed to be here. These here are tomatoes. Look at my little path to that building right there. That guy moved in and left behind this. He didn't use it, so he gave it to me. I have little bricks. I'll show you. I have a little path. Oh, you can't even see it. But I have a little path that goes right to there because in there is I haven't locked it. As my washing machine is in here and a couple of storage things. But I have my stepping stones here, but that needs to be cut. I have all these stepping stones so that I can walk on this barefoot. So I have carrots there, tomato, there's tomato back there, cannabis plant there, cabbage. Look at my fucking, my three corn. I don't know if they're gonna do anything, but we'll see. These are all different kinds of melons. Ooh, let me show you because I didn't get to show my kid that I didn't even realize that I had one growing. Look at the little melon. You really kind of gotta look in there with these. I have like several different kinds of melons mushed in there. And then I have, okay, so there's pepper there. There's pepper there. Oh, and look at this cute little thing I made right here. Look at this. This is all basil. It's all purple basil. See? How cute. How cute. And then I have tomatoes there. There's peppers there. Much more basil. This was lettuce that's bolting. I got to get rid of it soon. Cannabis plant. Basil. I don't know why I did 2 basil. I think that's actually green basil, but I'm not quite sure. I got pepper there. Watermelon there. There's a pepper plant there. I had to redo them and another cannabis plant. So I have 1 cannabis there. One there. That's 1, 2. 3 that down there. 4, 5, 6. I just moved her. But it's cute, right? Like, now all this new grass, all this new stuff in here, all of that is all new from it raining. So, and I have leeks over here. Leeks. And then I have beans over there. So, I wanted to put up a whole fence around it. But it's perfect space, right? New dog. Yes, I did say new dog. New dog. So this is what, so I had moved my cucumbers to here when they were all along there, and every time they would come up, the new dog would eat it. And I finally figured out what was going on, because I was like, I don't understand what's happening here. Oh, did I show you my little thing in the front? I did show you in the front, but did I show you the, look. Isn't that cute? Isn't that just the cutest fucking thing? Look at those plants. Look at how gorgeous they are. But you even see out here how they're like yellow because they're fucking drowning. And I had my car here, but I have no more car. So I have to get something to be able to cut all this shit down, because I've been doing it with a scissor. But it's cute, right? I got a cute little thing going on. It makes it, oh shit. What's different from, now what's, oh, let me show you the new dog. That is Porker Pig. Hi, Porker Pig. Oh, there, Porker Pig. Hey there, Porker Pig. Porker Pig. Yes, it's very cute. Like everything that I have. Look, I did my wall. I showed you guys last time, I think. But everything is so cute. Like, it really is. Anything that you look at, anywhere you look, it's just cute. Look at my home. Just, it's very, very cute. My kid, when she comes, she's like, that is so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. And I don't know sometimes if she's just saying that to me, or like, am I really cute? The boys are fine. So the new dog is a girl, and her name is Porker Pig, and she has made my life insane. Like, my life was very quiet before this little bitch showed up, and she is a ball of terror. She has eaten so many freaking cords. She's just nice. So here's we're still working on this here. Still doing its thing. Where's the cap? Put the cap on. That might help. I'm trying to see how long that takes to wait it out, and then to show you the process a little bit. All right, cheers. Cheers. I got this from the dispensary in New Jersey, and it has 7 grams in it, and it was $78 with the tax included. How did she pop up? Oh, okay, so my kid does grooming, okay? Oh, wait, let's do a cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Okay, so my kid is a groomer. And I'm going to have a little smoky cigarette, too. I just happen to have cigarettes right now. Oh, did she get my lighter? Because she would, hey, I know you got it. Oh, you got that. Okay, that works. Because that bitch grabs up everything. I had a lighter in my hand, and now I don't know where I dropped it, but she is not, I don't see a lighter. And I always wonder with her what's going on. And I know I dropped the lighter. I was holding it. Oh, there it is. So, it's been rough here not having a car. I don't really have a huge problem with not having a car. You know what I'm saying? I can usually get around. I'm so glad you caught me. So, there we go. That's a little bit better. Go on with your bad self. Enjoy your dinner, honey. Thanks for stopping by. I'm not going to be on too much longer because that's just got to melt, and really the thing is done. It's really kind of done. My biggest problem about this place is just that when it rains, and that the water is there for so many freaking days, and I just I don't have the money to combat it. So that type of thing makes me upset and makes me hate what's going on. And I don't have any shade either. So if I want to go out and do something during the day, I really have to be very mindful of what time of the day it is. Even though I had to do that on the farm, when I would go into the shade to do whatever work it was going to be done, I knew I was going to have hours of shade where I just don't have that. So I was going to put up a trellis with the cucumbers being over here. When they were over here, I was going to have that trellis, that part of that going up, and then I was going to bring it up to here and make a trellis up there so that my so then that would the cucumbers and what would make shade for me. But she kept on eating them. I had to move the whole thing. I couldn't believe I could have killed this dog. I could have killed her on so many levels at so many points because this dog was just freaking driving me crazy. And never mind the fact that nothing would, anytime I put anything outside, it would die. So just about everything needed to be planted from seed outside. The guy next door, his shit is doing wonderful, and that's because he did everything from seed. So I had to backtrack, and so I have 13 tomato plants out there. I definitely have 10 pepper plants out there. It could have been better. You know what I'm saying? It definitely could have been more thought out. And I felt like I was consistently rushing something or trying to make something happen, especially with the fact that I lost so many plants between the first and second storm. I keep on waiting for my plants to die every other storm that comes through. I was for sure my corn was just going to run. Because the wind comes in. The wind comes in and holy shit, those corns was sitting to the side. I was like, oh my God, they're never going to grow. But it's a cute little spot. Don't get me wrong. It's a cute little spot. And I have my cute little stuff. And I have my cute little yard. And, a couple patios and space and all that. I know, Lourdes. I know. And I keep on thinking I'm going to get to go online. And I just feel stupid. I feel stupid to not to go online and talk. I don't even know what I want to talk about. I don't even know what I want to do. Like, my mind is very hazy on where my place is and what I want to share, because if I'm not genuinely sharing something that's good substance, I feel like a fraud. You know what I'm saying? I know other creators, they just go on there, they do it, they just do what they're doing. But I can't just get on here and just fucking talk nothing, just absolutely nothing. But I had to make this lotion because my everything was just so bad at this point. My legs are so bit up from this morning. So I really was just like, I have nothing to put on this. I gotta do something now. All right, let's see what's going on with this stuff over here. I had oh, there it is. Oh, we're still working here. Oh, wait, why is this off? Oh, it's not enough power. And not enough power. So I've been sitting here thinking I'm cooking. It was hot. It is hot. But it turned off. I had it connected. I had it connected to my solar generator. Come on. Work with me. Work with me, please. This is one of those tripods that are bendy. You can like bend it in all different directions, and it's definitely not the greatest, I'll tell you what. All right, let me plug this back in. It was hot, but maybe I don't have enough energy. I do though. All right, let's put it here. That's not going to take too much longer to go. The beads, there, it's almost there. And I can't even I can't test it or anything. Like if I need to add more shea butter or something, I can't. I have to wait until it's all melted. So, all right, so that's about it. There's nothing else for me to say. This will be on for about another half hour. And then the scent smells good. Everything seems like it smells good. You really only need to leave this thing on until everything melts down. Once everything melts down, you're golden. Now, when you gonna put it into a container, so I have these containers because they're easy. They're like roll-on containers. And I went through so many different containers that I was thinking about using. Now that I opened it like that, I was trying to save the damn bag. So I have two different ones. Now, if you wanted to buy these, just so you know, this one's $28 and is $10 to ship. I can't get away from that. It is what it is. It's the same $28 that it was 7 years ago when I made it for the very first time. But it is 2.5 ounces. And I need to make you aware that if you buy this particular item in a dispensary, it is going to be $55 per ounce. the like 2,000% markup is just fucking ridiculous. So, and then this is under an ounce. This is about I want to say it's like 0.75 of an ounce. So 75% of an ounce, which an ounce is 28 grams. So so like 20 grams, around about that. I think it might even be, no, it's 22 grams. I think I'm right about that. Anyways, I got to get back on my game with that, because I'm like, was trying to figure out some different things on measurements, what the rest of the world uses in comparison to what we use on ounces and grams and pounds and such forth. But these are what I'm going to use to put them in. This one has an opening at the bottom, and it goes in there, and you just hold it upside down, you put it in there, and then there's a little cap that goes on top of that one. This one you put in this way, and not, I suppose. No, this one doesn't come out. And even if it did, it would be a bad move, because this part is all the way up. I don't know if it goes down any further. No, it doesn't. See that right there? So that I can't put it down any further. So just this much gets filled up. Have a great night, Janine. All right, so that's what I have to do. I am just going to wait on this, and then I'm just going to package it up. I may decide to go back online for that. I don't know if I will. I'll probably lay down, and that'll be the friggin' end of it. But after that, you just strain it, put it in, because I still have some leaf in there. I could leave the leaves, to be honest, but nobody really wants leaves in their lotion. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wipe leaves out of your lotion. So I will be doing that. So I may sign back online for that. But that's my thing for today. I know it's not as good as it usually is. I really just needed to get it done. I thought I was gonna have to cancel tonight, because I started getting a migraine out of nowhere. Just fucking migraine. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, no, not really a migraine. Headed towards a migraine. And I was like, no, that can't be, I can't, like, and this was like 20 minutes after I put out a video saying I was going to be online. Woo! And I just laid down, took some medicine, laid down. I was like, all right, I got up, because I had needed this. It didn't matter what was going to be the situation. I needed to make it. But if I was really suffering with a migraine, the smells would have put me out, and I wouldn't have been able to do anything online. So, but I'm so glad that you guys joined me. I would like to say I would be going online every day. I would like to say that I would be doing it 3 times a week. Every time I come back here, I'm like, I'll be back in the next 2 days. I'll be back in the next 2 days. And then shit happens. It's just not in my DNA right now to be doing this stuff, especially when I don't have the product to like cooking with it, even though I could be cooking for whatever. But I just don't feel like I'm that interesting right now. But I needed to make this. And there was something else that I was going to make jam. I was going to make strawberry jam, and then I was mad because the strawberries that came, like half of them were rotten, and it was just another fucking story. So I'm glad you guys joined me. Everybody have a great night, and I'll see you soon. Peace.